guys, Alex here with another video. This is Game Room Tour number 5 and I've been waiting to do this one for quite a while because it is my good friend Dave, or you already know him as Retro Dave Nintendo. He's got his own YouTube channel and that's how we met, through YouTube, basically throwing down each other's videos and looking at each other's videos thinking whose is better, because we're both into the same thing. We're both into Nintendo and we both looked at each other and probably thought, isn't it the same stuff as me? You know, we should get on here. And we did. We get on really well. I consider Dave one of my best friends, actually, since I dropped a cab off to him last year. He brought my Popeye cabinet, but I literally had to rush. I couldn't spend much time with him, so I really wanted to go back and spend, you know, a good evening or afternoon with Dave, and this time video his games room, because he's got an unbelievable collection. He's got a few arcade machines as well. So I want to go back there and just hang out, have some beers with him and just have a laugh and capture it on film for you guys to see, because his collection is unbelievable. So I've got 2 hours on the road, so without further ado guys, let's go and see Retro Dave Nintendo. But nice section. I've stopped off to get 2 Belgian chocolate brownies. Ooh. I can't wait for this. Let's not go to Dave's. Let's just sit in the van and eat chocolate all day. These look gorgeous. So these are, let's just read out what it says on the back. Belgian chocolate sauce with whipped cream, decorated with white chocolate and chopped hazelnuts. Matron. You are awful, but I like you. Let's get this out. Oh, can't wait to get this out. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, look at that. Hey, that is gonna be messy, isn't it? That is rich. Oh, unbelievable. It's cold though on my teeth. Oh, sensitive teeth. Cold whipped cream, not good. But that is lovely. Very rich chocolate. I won't want anything to eat after this. No, going everywhere. Really, really good, guys. But God, that's cold. But I love it. We love it, don't we? Oh, absolutely lovely. Right, here we go. Dave's house. Ring the bell. Dave? Oh, Dave, what's this? Hey, you've aged a bit, mate. Hey? Do what? Oh, I'm crying out loud. Jesus Christ, Dave, you've aged. Dave, it's not funny, mate. I haven't come all this way to see this bollocks. I want to see your collection, your shelf porn. Get out of the way. Take me into the games room then, Dave.
The cave.
This is it, is it? It's been a while.
It's
been a year or so, hasn't it?
Nearly a year, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
Has it changed much?
Oh, it's just like going into a gaming emporium, isn't it? Just fucking shit everywhere. Oh, mate. It's unbelievable.
We say it's organised chaos.
It's well organised, and it's just all the artwork just hits you straight away as soon as you walk in here. I think that's the main thing, isn't it?
But that's what I wanted. I wanted some forward-facing, so you can actually appreciate. If you're spending the money buying box complete games,
yeah,
there's no good looking at it.
At the spine.
Yeah, about that, is there?
No.
Do you know what I mean? So I try where I can to have a bit of forward-facing.
This is the old Popeye that I used to own.
Yeah, I've still haven't reached the score yet.
In here, doesn't it?
Still haven't got you beat the score yet.
You haven't beaten my score yet?
No.
Oh my God, come on.
I'm on the board though. I'm on the board.
Not eating enough spinach. Right, just a quick span round, guys, and then what we're going to do is just going to go through pretty much everything, and then we'll probably just chill out and have a chat. But as you can see, I'm going down, put my back against this wall. It is incredible collection you've got here, Dave.
Oh,
unbelievable. And the first thing that hits you straight away is pretty much
the colours.
The colours.
That's why you walk in here, it's all the vibrant, bright colours.
Yeah.
You've got the blue, the purple, the green, the red.
But that's Nintendo, isn't it?
Yeah,
Nintendo for me means colour, means fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And they do that so well, don't they? Unbelievable. Right, let's start over here somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, man, I just don't know where to start, Dave. I really don't, mate. It is just incredible. I guess we just start here on this back wall. So this is the first wall as you walk in through the door.
On the left, yeah. You can just go around.
So what have you got up here, mate? You've got some lovely boxed NES games. They look absolutely mint.
They are. Yeah.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah. I hunted out because I really wanted as best conditions I can find.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually watched my old videos last night.
Yeah.
Just went through, just thinking the stuff I was picking up like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And that's why I was picking up the Donkey Kong and the Mario World, and I was going through the detail of the boxes, and I really did like finding these particular games.
So you've gone for your favourite game and to get it as mint as possible.
Yeah.
Which is...
So I went out. I mean, that was like I bought that. That was like £100.
See, I thought you had the American version of that.
I give it to you, didn't I? And remember the loose cartridge, but that's the one I had.
I thought you had the box American version.
Yeah,
of that.
I wanted the yellow box. I mean, if I get it out, I'll show you.
Because that's the one you had back in the day, is it?
Yeah. But you can see it's like,
look at this, guys. It's absolutely mint.
It's not brand new.
Yeah, I am jealous of that. I think I'm going to have to unsubscribe to your channel because you've just got too much good stuff going on.
But yeah, like I say, I really wanted to have like the special games. I wanted them as nice as I could get them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll try and get
oh yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I've got SNES games I've gone back to recently, and I'm thinking, bloody, I've picked this game up and it's in pretty bad condition.
Yeah.
Whereas now I wouldn't pick it up like that.
Yeah, that's what I kind of gone through. I've gone through, done a bit of upgrading as well.
Yeah.
So there's a few things that I've bought and swapped out to upgrade them. And I'm now thinking, if I'm going to buy something now, it's got to be right first time. Because it gets expensive, doesn't it, when you keep having to re-buy things.
The trouble is, though, I mean,
there's
still more new games you need to get, though, isn't there?
Yeah, but you learn as you go along, don't you?
You learn as you go along. So, yeah, that's a lovely little shelf going on there. And I like the way that it's quite deep. They're deeper than mine, so you could have something in front of them as well if you want to.
But the thing is, I didn't want to put anything in front of them because I think that it covers it, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
So moving down to this shelf, you've got some lovely Game & Watch.
So you can imagine the theme. You've got the Mario theme.
Okay, you've got
Donkey Kong theme.
Oh, okay.
Then you've got games that I had originally back in the day there.
Right.
The Turtles theme.
Turtles down there.
Yeah, so all my Turtles games are there. That's kind of that's the theme. You got like the Castlevania Zelda. You kept that, but I've tried to kind of keep it in its own little.
Oh, it looks amazing, mate. It looks absolutely amazing. And like you just started recently picking up the Game & Watch.
Yeah, I've had a few. I picked up a few Game & Watches.
Yeah.
Also, I imported the Mario Spin Factory tabletop. Yeah. Because I just like the little.
Do you know how many times I've owned that? I must have owned that like 3 times that game. And then sold it on. I don't know.
It's a cool little game.
I'm constantly changing my collection around.
Yeah, so I've got a few Game & Watches.
Yeah.
That's actually the only one I had originally back in the day was this one. And again, I wanted that in nice nick.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And that's got everything in it.
It's a great cover as well, isn't it?
So I've got that on my little stand because that's the one that means the most. I want it, like,
The ones I remember most, the ones I had, was Octopus, Popeye, and Donkey Kong Jr. The ones I had back in the day. And I had a massive Game & Watch collection before I started collecting arcade machines.
Yeah.
This is going back a long time ago. I got quite a bit of money for it back in the day, but I just think now if I held on to it, what I would have got would have been incredible. Yeah. But you can't think like that, can you? So yeah, this is lovely. So you've got the Donkey Kong Jr. tabletop.
Yeah.
There is a different version of this one, isn't there? An American version by
Is it not
Coleco?
Coleco? I think it is.
Yeah.
It's orange, isn't it? It's got the artwork
and it's
on the
actually
side.
got the side art on there, which is quite nice. And they do a whole range, don't they, of those Coleco.
But the game is exactly the same.
Exactly the
but
same.
It's just the colour and the things different.
I like the Woolworths reduced price to $12.95 from $25.95. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it took to reduce that.
It's crazy.
Man, you've got Donkey Kong 3.
Yeah, that's right. Get it out.
Unbelievable.
That's the American version.
Yeah, but it
because
still
obviously
goes
PAL.
for a lot of money.
Yeah, but the PAL version, I weren't gonna bother with that. But again, this is.
So the PAL version, how much?
I don't know. I don't know. I just went for the American because I knew it was cheaper. But yeah, that's all mint in there.
Yeah.
Again, you had the cabinet of that, didn't you? I like that.
Oh yeah, it's a great
that.
game. It's a cracking game. I can still play Donkey Kong 3 and Donkey Kong.
Of course, yeah.
I've just got to get the board. I've actually got a board upstairs. It's just not working.
Cool.
It's a cracking game, but again, you have to make sacrifices. You know, that's what I've done recently. I don't know if you've seen my latest video, but you know, you have to make sacrifice. You can't have everything.
Of course you can't. No.
You know?
No.
And having 5 Nintendo arcade machines in a row gave me no room for any other
You've only got one bit of space.
Yeah.
So this is my space.
Yeah.
And I want to have it, you know, with the best things I can have in it without, you know, crowding it. So
that's a great little game, Donkey Kong and the Game Boy.
That come out that game shop you had a little visit to.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. And I like the watch as well.
Yeah.
Can I have a look at that?
Yeah, we'll get that out.
Wow, let's have a look at that, guys. So that is a official Nintendo product.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the seal there. I didn't know that the seal of Nintendo is different in America than it is in the UK.
I think they're
one's round, one's oval, wasn't it?
I think so. And I think they changed the colour. I think the early ones were black seal. And I'm not going down that road of different seals. I'm not that fast. But yeah, there is a variance of some kind. Yeah.
And then down here we've got, these are games.
So these are ones that back in the day I originally had, or rented, or my brother had, or these are the ones that I'm most fond of.
Yeah.
There is others, obviously, up here as well, but these ones are not in any, they're not a Mario or Donkey Kong, they're like a mix.
Yeah. So you got Trog, and I don't know if you know, there's an actual arcade game of that.
Yeah, Craig mentioned that,
I've actually played the arcade version
I've never played the arcade version.
Absolutely brilliant 4-player, or 3-player game, I think it is.
Yeah, me and my brother used to play that quite a lot.
Cracking game. Bionic Commando, DuckTales, Chip and Dale. Lovely, mate. Absolutely lovely. And then moving down here, I'm no fan of the Turtles at all. Totally bypassed me this era, but I can understand people that do. Cool box art though.
Yeah.
And then what we got down here, mate?
All my rave tapes and
rave tape. I'm a rock and roll. I'm into heavy metal.
And again, my original cassette singles.
So there's no Iron Maiden in here.
No,
oh right, we'll leave that
you
then.
can skip that.
Let's not miss the top here. We've got these lovely Hot Wheels limited editions. Oh, it's 30th
anniversary.
Okay.
Thing.
They're really nice, aren't they?
I imported them.
It's US only.
Yeah, I imported these. I think there was rumour of them coming out to the UK, but I don't ever recall anyone getting any.
So you got a complete set of those.
I just imported a set of them. Yeah, I think it was like 30 quid delivered. It was reasonable.
That's not bad, is it? They look at business, don't they?
So 30 quid. That's fine.
I might have to invest in them. Wow, Castlevania dedicated little shrine going on here. Look at this, guys. You've got Symphony of the Night, which is a very rare game.
And we've got Castlevania Chronicles, which is like a remake of the first one on the NES.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got the trilogy there, twos.
And what's your favourite one?
It's hard to say. I think the Super Nintendo one.
It's got the best music, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the graphic of this one as well, it just looks really cool.
But to be honest with you, I haven't played many of the others, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I think this for me would be the better one. Although Bloodlines, that's the new discovered. I only discovered that again about a year or so ago, and that's a really good game.
Okay.
But you maybe try it later on.
You haven't played the DS ones, have you?
No.
They're the ones I have played, actually.
Yeah,
they're
I've not
pretty
played
cool.
the DS ones.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I have noticed that there is no DS collection.
No, I did have a 3DS when they came out, but I just I just like the old stuff. Yeah, I'd like play the Game Boy.
Old games
I'd
on
rather play the Game Boy or a Game & Watch. I'm just too old school.
Fair enough.
Zelda
this
collection.
is a favourite of mine. I just love this franchise. What a great game all of these are, except for the really early ones I can't go back to.
I actually prefer Zelda 2.
Yes.
I never. My friend had this one, but I couldn't really get on with it back in the day. I found it quite frustrating. I prefer the side scrolling.
Yeah, and I love this, mate. The old watch.
That's
it's lovely,
it's
isn't it?
factory sealed as well. Just kept that because I bought
Can't
it like
not
that.
put it on.
Unfortunately not. No. It's just there as a display thing. So.
Yeah, and I like the fact you've got them all in dual cases as well. I mean, that's not cheap, is it? To put them all in jewel cases, and then we've got a little Final Fight thing going on there. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mighty Final Fight. I noticed that Retro
one.
Chef just picked that up, didn't
Has
he?
he?
Lee? Yeah.
Oh,
And yeah, and he was well
What,
chuffed with
car
it.
boot?
I think he got it. No, he got it for about 30 quid or something like that.
Oh, that's
and
all
that
right.
was a good price for
Yeah,
it.
it is. It definitely.
And he was banging on. I've never played it, so maybe we'll play that a bit
Yeah,
later.
it's good.
It's supposed to be really good
It
because
is good.
they kind of changed the sprites, haven't they? Sort of miniaturised them.
If you imagine you play Nintendo World Cup.
No.
No, I say it's not really like that. But if you imagine how they punch and fight, if you're not played it, you won't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right.
It's pretty
I'll
cool.
have to check that one out. It's just some cool stuff here, mate.
So these
so what's this Super Mario Brothers? This is the Japanese. You got the Japanese version of the Famicom
That's right.
game, right?
Yeah. So this
Which
is
I
the
only
original Mario
thought-
2. It only come out obviously in Japan.
Yeah.
And this is they was from Time Warp Games. They translated it to an American cartridge. So
I
so
see.
it's lost levels on the SNES.
Yeah,
That's what
on
we
American
got.
cartridge.
But we got the Famicom version, the original Mario 2.
Yeah.
That's that on there. So that's
Yeah.
the actual NES
I've
version.
got the Game Boy.
You've got it, have you?
Well, I've got the Game Boy Advance Mini collection. It's on that.
It's on that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I've yet to do a video on that.
And then you've got like Sweet Home Again. That's a Japanese Famicom exclusive.
Right.
As I believe Splatterhouse is as well.
Splatterhouse.
So they're all conversions from the Japanese
Okay.
games. And then these are obviously the reproductions of the Nintendo World Championships and Campus Challenge.
Right, okay. That I nearly brought this year.
Yeah. Now, yeah.
And we played it last time I was here.
Well, that don't work anymore for some
It don't
reason.
work
It's packed
anymore.
in.
But
Yeah.
it looks good shelf porn.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get it fixed. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. But
This is a very unusual game. Only came out in Japan. Goes for absolutely silly money. I mean, I nearly brought it, but then I just thought, no, I backed out for 700 quid.
yeah. Is it
Which is-
Maju, or how do you pronounce it? It's like
Majiharu
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something, King of Demons.
yeah.
It looks a really cool game, but no game's worth
No,
that, is it?
no.
Come on, let's face it. And then we've got down here
This is-
little
this
loose
is the
collection.
loose
Not
collection.
that big. I
No,
thought it
I've
might be a
tried
little
to
bit bigger.
trim it down a little bit
Yeah.
and just kind of swap out as and when I see things pop up. Really.
Yeah,
In
well,
some
you've got some
cases.
fucking good games in there, though, mate. Wild Guns, Earthbound.
Yeah. Some of them obviously I'm not going to ever buy boxed, but some
No.
of them I will do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will upgrade. I'm looking for a Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I box one of them.
Yeah.
Boulder Dash, Balloon Fight.
Yeah.
There's a few, but it's as and when they come up when you've got the money. Do you know what I mean? You can't buy it
Exactly.
all at
Yeah,
once.
you can't buy it all. No.
But yeah.
Have you played Earthbound then?
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah, I've
you
yet
got
to
to have the
play
time. You got to have the time to sit and dedicate to it.
Yeah,
I mean, I
of
played
course
it for
you
about
have,
2 weeks solid when I got it.
So what was it? 20, 30 hour game?
I don't know. I've never.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no.
It's quite long.
And down here, guys, we've got a small little PS1 collection. I do
Yeah.
notice that you're back into your PlayStation at the moment, aren't you?
I've always
always been
liked
into it, yeah.
I got it when it came out. Well, say
Oh, it's a-
95 or whatever. But yeah, I'll just pick them up as and when. I'll go through little things with me. I kind of have a little phase of 1 month I'll be buying PlayStation, 1 month I'll buy NES, 1 month I'll buy Game Boy, and I kind of this
Swap
month.
it around,
so this
yeah.
month it's Sega Genesis. So little
Yeah.
Sega Genesis is next this month. So
Oh, I love it. I mean, someone asked the question on my video this week, actually, do I collect anything else other than Nintendo?
yeah,
I used to.
yeah,
Before I started YouTube, I used to collect pretty much everything.
yeah,
And then, realised that I didn't have the money for the games I really wanted, so I had to make a sacrifice.
Yeah.
And that was, okay, well, let's just go Nintendo.
yeah.
I don't know, it's just
I
a
tried
decision I made.
Yeah, I tried that because was with the job I did as well. I found like Amiga, I found loads of Amstrad stuff, loads of eventually I ended up having a mish of everything,
Yeah,
and it got a bit too much. I thought, well, what am I doing with all this
Yeah.
stuff? So I got rid of a load of it. And
Yeah.
just thought, right, go back to what I initially started was the NES, the SNES, and Game Boy.
Yeah.
So I focused on that first,
yeah,
and now I've got almost everything I really want for those systems. I'm now branched out a little bit. Right, let's re-look at the Mega Drive
Yeah.
Genesis. Let's look at Game & Watches. Let's kind of spread
Yeah.
out a little bit.
yeah.
So I wanted to kind of get my core focus was like
Yeah.
the Nintendo, NES, SNES, and then go from there.
So moving on to this wall now, then, mate.
Yeah.
So just have a quick look over the top. You've got a lovely boxed Super Metroid,
Yeah.
one of my favourite games of all time, and my
actually stuck on
favourite
that in a minute.
franchise of all time.
It is cool.
Absolutely love that game. I love all the Metroid. You've got Mario Paint, a really ugly Mario.
It is ugly.
Looks spaced
It is.
out. I have owned that before,
Yeah.
actually, and I got rid of it very quickly. I don't know. It just seems like he's on acid or something. It doesn't do his eyes. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on here with this NES, mate.
So
Signed by.
lots of people. There's a list in the actual front lid.
Yeah.
So this little story, I did a trade with a YouTuber called Luigi Freakout123. They've
Yeah.
been quite quiet up until recently. Did a video.
Yeah.
I had some M82 demo carts that I got off eBay. I got a
Yeah.
whole set of them, like 60 odd of them.
Right.
And I thought if I could do a trade with someone in the States and see if I can get something back a bit different.
Yeah.
Say, not that you can't get anywhere else. So I offered a trade with these guys on Facebook. I said, they're going to Portland Metro Gaming Expo. Can you perhaps get me something from there?
Mm.
And initially it was, can I swap it for an American NES? That's what I suggested. They said, I will go on better, we'll get one signed. I was like,
Wow.
no way.
Yeah.
So when they come back and they sent a picture, I couldn't
Yeah,
believe it.
yeah.
It's got like, the NES Punk on there,
Wow.
Retro Liberty on there. There's loads.
Yeah.
There's a few. Johnny Millennium, Happy Console Gamer.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's cool.
There's a load of them on there. There's a list in there,
Yeah.
but that's pretty cool. I sent that back.
That is cool.
And
yeah.
it works, but I
Yeah.
just wanted it as a little display piece.
that is
So
cool.
that is like something different that you're not going to get anywhere else. So
You never owned the M82, did you?
no.
Does the
I
M82
thought about.
only take those cartridges? Or was
No,
it
you can play anything.
Oh, okay.
But because those cartridges were the ones from the band, the loan cartridges
Yes.
that were supplied to
Oh,
put
okay,
in
they
the
were
shops.
special.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had the labels on, but I've since sold them all off.
Yeah. We've got some box Amiibo up here.
Yeah, you're not opening them ones this time.
Oh, can't we do an unboxing video? That's what I come here for.
So I sold them Amiibos off originally, so I
Yeah.
got on the train of collecting them all.
Yeah.
Then quickly realised, well, I don't think I'm going to continue buying all these.
No, I remember you did. Yeah, that was a while ago. You
Yeah,
started
I
that,
sold
didn't
them all off when they first came out. I then bought these two because
Yeah.
when I bought my Wii U back off of Daz, and I lost its little Mac, I love
Yeah.
Punch Out and obviously Dr. Mario, and I thought I'll get the retro ones and that's it. So
Yeah.
I got the Rob, the Duck Hunt, and the Game & Watch, and that's it. So I'm happy with them.
You're happy with that?
Yeah.
What do you think of my Amiibo collection? It's pretty big,
It's
isn't it?
nice, you got
Yeah.
all displayed,
Yeah.
but I didn't want all
No,
of them. I just
no.
wanted to, because
Well,
you
to
say
have
you
them
can
all
go,
boxed is
yeah,
gonna take
a lot of
room
space,
up,
yeah.
You got a boxed, lovely action set there.
That is basically like brand new
It
condition.
does look brand
It is
new, mate,
absolutely
yeah.
mint, yep. And again, that's what I had
Let's
back in the day.
move on from there. What's this?
That is a
Oh,
Master
Master.
System.
Don't
Yeah.
remember. Is that some sort of inferior console to the?
Yeah, that's it.
No, guys, I love all games,
Yeah.
but this is something I never got into because I was a Sinclair Spectrum guy
Yeah.
at the time. So none of my friends had one of these.
See, I had one friend, I had a Sega Master System.
Yeah.
So whenever I went around his house, he had Alex the Kid,
Yeah,
he had Operation Wolf, Special Investigation, the Sonic games, basically most of what's here.
yeah,
So they're the ones I was familiar playing. So they're pretty cool. I do play
yeah.
it.
I do
play
them.
it. Yeah.
And then we've got a Sinclair
So
Spectrum.
Spectrum.
This is cool.
Yeah. So I got the grey plus two. This is there you go.
Oh, like dominoes.
Dominoes.
There they
Go
go.
on. Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
No, you're right. That's my fault. I knocked them out. So I've just got my little. So that's the one I've
Wow.
got. It's a nice nick.
Yeah,
So I do set this up and play this.
fantastic.
So I originally got one of these off a friend from school for a tenner.
Yeah,
With most of these games that are on the front here.
yeah. Let's just pick a few out
Yeah.
here because I remember Oh Mummy was
That
great.
was one. Yeah, that's one of my all-time
what was that
favourites.
one that's dropped on the floor?
All dropped on the floor, aren't they? Yeah.
Oh, Harrier Attack. That was
Yeah,
the one
that's
by
a classic
Jarrell.
one.
Jarrell made
Yeah.
some great games. Saboteur, I remember.
I've got them
I
all
think they
down.
made one of my favourites. What was it? Scuba Dive. That was a great game.
Still one of my favourite
And
games.
I
Yeah.
think they did Turbo Spree as well. That was a great
Yeah.
game. That was like the first sort of
Saboteurs down here. Look.
Grand Theft Auto type game. Oh, Saboteur, yeah. That
Yeah.
classic game, isn't it? Yeah.
There's a
Got
few down
loads
here.
more down
So
there.
they've kind of got them down here. Yeah.
Oh, I've still got all mine from back in the day. You know, I did a paper round. I haven't got
Yeah?
to get rid of them.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, they're all my original ones
That's
that I
cool.
brought with my money.
That is good. You've still got them all.
And then you got another boxed NES.
Yeah. So that's an American one.
That's an American one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then behind it is the box, the one I've got set up. It's another challenge set, but the same one, but a
Right.
PAL version.
Wow. Wow. Right, let's go back up
Yep.
to this top over here.
Oh, where are we?
So what's this? We've got
So
the.
Amstrad GX 4000.
Let's move on very
Yeah.
quickly.
That's the first console I ever had.
Yeah,
And
but
I
I've
only-
heard it's not great.
It's not the best.
No.
So we got this when we first moved. Like
When you
out.
play it, is it like having, when you're looking at the screen, is it like having sand in your eyes? Does it hurt?
No, it's alright. When we had it though, we only had Berlin Rubber that come with it, and me and my brother got bored pretty quick because that was the only game we had.
Right.
And then
I don't
after
remember
that,
that at all, mate. I've just heard terrible things about it, but it's nostalgia for you.
Yeah, it's all right. And I've expanded the library, got a few extra games.
Big old cartridges, aren't they?
And that's the box.
Oh, that's
and the cartridge is like that.
That's
in
crazy,
the middle.
isn't it? Yeah.
That's a massive plastic case, but.
We've got a small GameCube collection,
so
probably about the same
GameCube,
size as my collection.
All
actually.
the essentials, Resident Evils.
Yeah.
Got a few back there as well. F-Zero,
Burnout.
Sunshine, Pikmin, Zelda ones.
Yeah, you got all the
Game
best
Boy
ones,
player.
haven't
So
you?
basically, I've got what I want for that.
Yeah.
I'm done with the GameCube.
Yeah.
So here we've got Club Nintendo from back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you remember
so
the magazine?
was this a magazine you actually bought back in the day?
You used to, when you got a game, you had that little registration card.
Yeah.
In some of the boxes, you filled it out, bung it in the post.
Yeah.
And then you get mailed every month or every quarter. You got a free magazine.
Yeah.
So I think the first one that most people will probably remember, if I can find it, there we go. So I do think this is the initial one they sent out when you first send it off.
Right.
So you got this one, from what I remember. That's the first one I got. And every month or every 6 weeks you get sent an additional one for a year, and then you have to resubscribe. So I've nearly got the full set of these.
Wow.
And a guy, John, one MSX to go. If you don't know who he is, go and have a look. He very, very kindly gifted me his original set. He gave me all the early ones, the really, really first. I mean, we're going back to like '89, I think they go back to.
That's a really nice thing to have, isn't it, mate?
Has he got a year on it? But again, they're the original ones, and I was really, really chuffed that he sent me them. So he sent me a big portion.
The only magazine I collected or bought with my paper round money was Crash magazine.
Yeah.
When I was into Single Spectrum, and then I moved on to Super Play.
Yeah.
Which is a fantastic magazine.
Yeah,
It was the first magazine to sort of have Japanese imports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the sort of anime scene that was just opening up here in the UK that was totally new.
Yeah.
You know. So that magazine really stood out for me, and that's the one I'm trying to recollect and get a complete collection of again. But it's really hard, and they go for a lot of money.
Yeah, but these are cool because they've got all like the guides, the maps, like some of the hints and stuff. And then there's a game that in the magazine, like you submit a drawing or whatever, people used to draw with the map. This was like a prize.
Yeah.
And I saw that on eBay. I saw the box and knew what it was straight away.
Yeah.
And it's just Clue Land.
Wow.
But I thought that was pretty cool to.
So we've got Street Fighter. This is moving down into Genesis
Streets of Rage. Yeah, it says
Streets of Rage.
Yeah, so I've got the Treasure there, a few other games back there.
Yeah.
And I've got a few more on the shelf, but they're in the pickup. So.
And a little Sega Saturn collection.
Sega Saturn collection. Yeah.
It's quite nice.
Got the gun.
I do like the Sega Saturn, but I think if I collected for it, it'd probably be Japanese.
Yeah.
Because there's some great Japanese games on that, isn't there?
Oh, again, I've only got the
Dragons
ones.
And
yeah.
all the shoot 'em ups. But you got the ones you had back
I've got the ones my friend had. My
Yeah.
friend had a Saturn. And
Your friend had a lot of money back then, didn't he?
This is another friend from school.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah. So I used to play most of these back there. So
A few arcade sticks.
arcade stick, steering wheel.
Okay, let's move back up to this other part here. Wow, look at this. So we've got a lovely Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Now, this game really sold a Super Nintendo for me. When the Street Fighter came out, it was the nuts. It really was the nuts. And that was the one not the Turbo, just the Street Fighter 2 one is the one I got, and I've still got it today. You've got a few there. Can you have a look behind?
So, got this one.
The All-Stars.
This is the one again I had back in the day. The
Yeah,
All-Stars.
I've got that one.
And I
What's
got
that one?
the All-Stars Mario World. Would have got off that of Jay, Cyber Snake Jay.
Right,
I
so
bought that off him.
that one.
I think it's a lot later release.
Yeah,
It's a lot
nice
later.
colour, isn't it?
Yeah. So 3 SNESes again. We've got the arcade stick box and Super Game Boy.
Pen there.
Yeah.
And we've got some lovely Game Boy box games here.
A few Game Boy box games and loose ones.
I've got that loose. That one. I love the Game Boy. It's brilliant.
You've got a little basket full of.
That's a nice little box one. I haven't seen that one before.
Again, that's the one I had. The original one
got
without
the bigger one.
Tetris. Yeah, I had the loose one without Tetris.
Wow, and you've got all your loose games
Loose
in
games
there.
in the basket. Yeah.
More games down. Oh, more Game & Watch. Tropical Fish.
Yes.
Now, what a great Game & Watch that is. That was one of my favourites.
And that was one I was waiting to find for a long time.
Yeah, I love the way the cat goes along and gets the bones.
And throws the yeah, that's it. It's brilliant.
Kirby's Dream Land. I noticed that he had
fantastic
that in
game.
that shop.
Yeah. Tommytronic.
Yeah, the 3D games.
Yeah.
You're missing the shark one.
I
You need to get
am.
the shark one. That was really cool. Firefox, probably the best tabletop game ever made, in my opinion.
It is good.
That and Caveman.
Yeah, that's the
Would you
Caveman
got
one. That's
Caveman?
the one I had, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that box art though. I had the other type of box art. Do you remember?
I know there's a variant. Yeah, there's a brown box, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. You've got the lovely History of
books.
Every Nintendo collector should have this book, History of Nintendo.
This one especially, the Game & Watch one.
The Game & Watch
I
one.
love that. That's brilliant. It's got everything in there.
Yeah, that's got the arcades in that
Yeah.
one. Astro Blaster.
Yeah. Again, that had several different names. I think Scramble was.
Oh, okay.
It's the same game, but they called it different things.
Right,
I
because
think.
Astro Blaster is an actual arcade game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got some.
A few more electronic games.
Yeah, Super Cobra. Wow.
So that's a cool little machine. That is.
Yeah, well, that's Scramble again, but it's the helicopter one which came after. More Game & Watch.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse.
PlayStation.
Yeah, Mint PS1, PS2, and then behind it is a box for Xbox 360.
Right,
Yeah.
fantastic. Right, let's move in. Let's span round now. So we've done all that wall here. We've got some posters.
Posters.
Got the Mario, which I've got there. Wow, look at this. Wow.
Where do you want to go with this?
Let's just start at the bottom here. Yeah, so we've got PS2 games, loads of PS2 games there. Xbox 360, great system. PS2's a great system as well.
Again, I've trimmed all these down to just the one.
The ones you want.
Yeah.
PS4.
The reason they're spun back round because that's the pickup, so I don't want to spoil them.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they're back to front.
Okay, fair enough. And then this is the real pawn shelf, isn't it, really? I mean, we've got lovely boxed, in mint condition SNES games here, all in fantastic condition.
Again,
all in their jewel cases. Lovely game there, which I've yet to get. It's a shame as yours is missing that, but never mind.
It's a price label.
Yeah, Contra 3, Alien Wars. And then we've got some lovely boxed NES games at the top here. What a fantastic collection you've got here, Dave, of NES games. Really is absolutely beautiful.
The NES for me is my most nostalgic. That's the one that really got me into it.
Yeah, for me, it's something I've just gotten into in the last couple of years, really. Because I say, don't remember it back in the day. We all had Sinclair Spectrums. And then we've got the lovely Popeye.
Yeah, and I think it was almost a year ago you come with that. I think it was October, November last year.
So this cabinet, guys, this is Popeye. This was a game that actually originally Miyamoto wanted to release as Donkey Kong. If any of you guys don't know that, but he couldn't get the license. So they changed the name to Donkey Kong, basically, and then later on he got the license for Popeye. Because obviously, if you have a look on here, it's actually owned by King Features Syndicate, so you had to get the license off them. So this came out in 1982. This was a restored cabinet by a good friend of mine, Al Pac-Man, on UK VAC. Absolutely unbelievable job. You won't get a better restorer in the UK.
It's beautiful. So as soon as you said that you're up for getting rid of it, I thought, like you say, we traded things. And I saw it as a one-off opportunity to get something that I'd never probably get again.
Exactly.
And I love it. I still play it now. It's fantastic.
Did you know this artwork's done by John's Arcade?
I know you said it was done by one original, but I can't remember who said
he
done it.
all those.
That's
pretty cool. So that really sets it off.
In here.
It does, as you walk in.
I think, like I say, this is the finishing piece, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And then you've got your sofa, you can chill out, music system, and TVs. And then let's just sit down here. You can see all the consoles, guys, all set up underneath there.
A bit wiry down there.
PVM. No, it's great. Absolutely great. Keeps the dust off them, doesn't it? Right, so that's that. Now what we're going to do, guys, we're going to have a look in Dave's arcades. He's got some more arcade machines to have a look at.
So this is the garage. There are a couple more spread. There we go.
Oh, wow. All set up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Fantastic, mate. That's all right. Well, I remember when you got Operation Wolf, it was quite a feat, wasn't it? Getting it out of the van or somewhere?
It took 2 hours to get from that fucking gate to here on broom handles, rolling it on its side.
Oh, broom handles.
Because it's so high, I had to roll it and then lift it up.
Yeah, the old ancient Egyptians, we made them proud, mate.
Yeah.
Look at this cabinet, guys. I love the artwork for this game.
I do.
It's absolutely fantastic, but it's huge.
It is massive. I mean, I'm 6 foot, or 6'2.5",
Yeah.
And it's that's on a bit of a pallet, but
Yeah.
it's still taller than me. It's massive.
It's
And
actually
it's
bigger
so
than my
deep.
Battle Shark, you know.
It's
got
very-
the same depth,
It's very
but
deep.
it's taller. So what year did this come out, Dave?
87.
87.
Yeah, I believe 87, 88.
Classic shoot 'em up.
And I played it in 91. I first played it.
91.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to have one of these at my local swimming centre.
Yeah.
And I used to play it every Friday.
Yeah, and
before
you
I
had a
went
bit of
swimming.
trouble getting it going, didn't you?
It packed
Had a
up
few problems,
times.
didn't it?
Yeah, the gun didn't recoil, so I bought another gun. The recoil worked, but the sensor didn't, so I had to buy another sensor. So now I've got recoil and sensor.
Right.
The chassis packed up twice,
Yeah.
and then it come back, and then it got damaged in the post.
You sent that off to Gunblade, didn't you?
Yeah, went back, and then it's fixed now. It's been fine ever since. So
Right.
it's now been fully recapped, all the traces done, and it hasn't given me a day's worth of trouble, touch wood yet.
Fantastic.
So that's now up and running.
That should keep you going for a while, shouldn't it?
I'll take it over now.
Yeah.
The coin mechanism did work, and then it stopped taking the coins. So I took that off, and now I put a button
Put a
on.
lovely little button on there.
Yes, that's
great.
yes. I put in the coin door,
Yeah.
so that's all now fully working.
Well, you got a SCI.
So this is a recent addition. I've got this. I think August.
Yeah.
Not August. No, it's August. Was it August? July. It's summertime.
It's a cracking little
Yeah.
driving game for the collection, isn't it?
And
They don't go for that much, do they?
No, it wasn't
And-
a huge
and-
amount of money, but it was nice. I've got it.
Yeah, for a
good
nice
time.
little driver
Yeah.
for your arcade collection. This is ideal, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, what did I say? I mean, I used to play I never actually played the arcade version. I only played the Sega Master System version.
Okay.
That's what I'm familiar with.
Mm.
And I thought, well, it'd be nice to have a shooter,
Yeah.
a driver, and
Yeah.
the classic Nintendo platform.
Which you
I thought
got.
that'd be quite, that'd be
Yeah.
quite nice.
Well, it'd be nice to have them all together at some point,
Well,
won't
the
it?
plan is, I say
Yeah.
eventually, as we discussed earlier, this is all going to get knocked down and rebuilt, and then have all my collection will be in this garage. It'll be
Yeah.
fully converted. All the cabs will be in here. All
Yeah.
my stuff will be in here.
Yeah.
That's the plan, long term.
Yeah. So let's see you have a little quick go of Operation Wolf then, Dave.
Yeah. Is it too glary? Do you need to turn the light off? Or are you all right? Should I try it?
Yeah,
Should we have a try it?
Turn
Flick
it
that
off.
switch, just that white one to the right. Is that too dark for your camera? Is it all right?
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
So have you completed this then, Dave?
So I've completed all these levels,
Yeah.
looped it over,
Yeah.
and got to the last level again. And I've got to the final helicopter twice. That's taken me a year to get that far.
Wow.
It's hard. Yeah, it does get stupidly hard.
Is there a world record to this?
Do you know what?
Check it out?
I don't know. The gun is quite noisy. So you get to learn the patterns after a while.
It's all scripted.
You see it right? So four Emmys.
Hot Shots Part 2.
So three helicopters, 2 more helicopters and we're done.
Oh, cool. It's a great sound on the gun, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
When I
fantastic.
first got it, that didn't work. It was just click, click, click. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think you have to.
Well, that makes a difference though, doesn't it? Having that
Yeah.
sound and the recoil.
I think when I was about 7, when I first played it, it was,
Yeah.
you know, when you were little. But now
Yeah.
it does makes a lot of
Yeah.
difference. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well,
It's a cool
mate.
game.
So a quick look at this
Yeah.
game then as well.
That's going to be quite as that goes off.
How was it?
Yeah.
That's all right. Gives a sound of the arcade,
Yeah.
doesn't it? I'll go this side.
Yeah.
I better go this side. Because it's too noisy now.
I think see the light.
Yeah, that's all right.
You played this before in the back
I
of the
have, yeah. Oh, it's a cracking game.
Again, this one's fully. All this needed was a power supply.
Yeah. The mic's great, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice and crisp. So you've just got a fire button and he stands up in the car, does he?
Yeah. So you've got the fire button on the steering wheel. And obviously the idea is you've got to catch up with a baddie on the right side.
Yeah.
So I'm the red car, obviously, and the enemy is the blue one.
So, see, I always get confused with Chase HQ.
It's very simple. It's well, this you can Chase HQ 2, isn't it? I think,
right,
yeah.
okay. Because
So I was caught up now.
the guy in the last video had one, didn't he? Chase HQ.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
it,
It was the
yeah.
same game.
Very similar.
Yeah. Road rage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Road rage, sorry.
So you've got a good bit of force feedback in the steering wheel as
Yeah.
well. So I've got the marquee lights working as well, I've got the siren going.
They look cool.
Almost there.
How many levels you done on this then, Dave?
I've finished it.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah,
That's it.
it's the first level
Well
done.
done. Well, that's
Do you want
brilliant,
to go on that? Do you want to take over? Do you want to go?
Well, what we're doing now is we're going in the other and chill out. And
Yeah.
I've got loads of questions to ask you.
let's do
All right,
that.
because we are a bit short of time at the moment.
no
So
worries.
let's go and do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, we'll go
I'll
back
play
then.
that a bit later on. So here we go, Dave.
You alright?
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, have we got the job?
You haven't got the job, mate. No, because you've got a Sega Master System in the collection.
Oh no.
It's no good. Get rid of that.
Okay, and I've got the
Put some
job.
more Nintendo games up there.
Yeah.
You've got the job. Right, Dave. I've known you through YouTube.
Yeah.
You've got a fantastic channel. If it wasn't for YouTube,
We
we wouldn't know each other, would we?
That's
So
true.
social media, a lot of people knock it. It actually does quite a lot of good things. Brings people together,
That's
doesn't
what
it?
I was going to say.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Like-minded people together.
So
definitely.
what made you get into YouTube? What was?
Do you know what? I started looking for help on playing Zelda on
Yeah.
the NES. That's how it all first started. I thought I'll look at see if I can find a video on how to get through it. And then I stumbled across AVGN,
Right, I don't know.
Angry Video Game.
Oh,
Nerd,
yes, yeah.
James Rolfe, and I saw a Turtles gameplay,
Right.
and I thought, oh, I've got that game. What's this all about? And I
Yeah.
watched him, and I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I started finding other people, and then I just thought, Joe, what? I thought,
You could
why
do it
can't I
better
give this?
than that.
Well,
Yeah.
no, not that, but I thought. I just thought, well, you know,
Yeah,
other
why
people
do
are
that?
doing it.
Yeah.
Why don't I give
Yeah.
it a shot?
How long
And-
ago was that then?
Oh, do you know, it's got to be 3, 4.
4 years ago.
3,
So you've been
4
on
years?
YouTube, what, 4 years, you reckon now?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, I think so. 2000.
And has it been like a steady kind of? Because I mean, you've got what, over 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Has it been steady getting to that point? That's
Yeah,
a lot,
it's just
lot of
kind
interest.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
it got.
yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of steadily went
Yeah,
up, and
yeah.
I just not that I do it for that. I do
No,
it to,
but I think you come across well because you're just one of these down to earth people.
yeah. I like to think so.
You are. I know, we
Yeah.
connect really well.
Yeah.
I consider you a good friend of mine
Yeah.
now because I just
Yeah,
think we
definitely.
connect well because we're both similar, kind
Yeah.
of just down to earth people,
Yeah.
just out there with the same sort of interests.
That's
you
right.
know.
And both Nintendo guys
Yeah,
as well. So
exactly.
It's cool.
So okay, so about 4 years ago you got into YouTube.
Yeah, just started making the odd videos, showing a few things I was buying because I found a few UK people. I think
Yeah.
Tootie was one of them.
Yeah,
And Ninja Bear Hug. I thought, oh, this guy. I thought he was all American.
yeah.
Because I found there's so many American channels,
Mm,
and I thought, oh, there's people in the UK doing
doing it
it.
as well.
So
Which is really hit off now, isn't it?
yeah,
Loads
so
of
I
people
found
do
a
it.
few channels. Oh, you know, you're looking in the comments, trying to
Yeah.
find other people, and I started to think, yeah, you know, maybe I could interact with these guys as well, and start
Yeah.
putting a comment and that,
Mm.
and that's how it all started. And
Yeah.
it's kind of, like I say, it's one of the best things I've done. I'm
Yeah.
pleased I've done it.
Well, mine was similar reasons. I mean, I started collecting. I started doing the videos really for the arcade machines because
Yeah.
there was no other videos on Sheriff or
No.
any of these early games that I had.
Yeah,
So I thought, well, I've got to do it because no one
document
else
it.
document it.
Yeah.
So that's how that went. And then, obviously, I started showing interest in my console collection as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's how my channel got off. Yeah, it's great. YouTube, a lot of people knock YouTube, but I think it's really good, isn't it?
yeah.
For bringing
It's a
people
good platform.
together.
Yeah,
It's a social thing, especially when you
is.
go to meets, you meet up with everyone,
that's right.
don't you?
Yeah, definitely. That's good.
Okay, so what about your first experiences with video games? And what was the first video game or first arcade game you played?
So are we talking video games in not
the
console
first,
or
like, first as a
electronic game,
kid,
anything?
anything. The first
So the first electronic game
Mm.
that I ever saw was Tommy Caveman.
Tommy Caveman. Who had that?
Someone in my class brought it into school,
Oh, okay.
and I think he was the only kid that had it.
Yeah.
And I saw this crowd of people around this table in the classroom, and I was like, "What's that?" And I saw this brown thing, and I saw his the screen. I was like, "Oh my god, they're pressing!"
Yeah.
And I was fascinated from that. Yeah. And then I've got the Tomitronic 3D, the Sky Attack one.
Yeah.
I remember getting that, and I was fucking buzzing. Yeah, I remember showing.
So that was your first experience before arcades, even.
Yeah, the Tomitronic was the first game I owned. Was that Tomitronic 3D, and then it went from there.
What about your first arcade experience?
Would be Operation Wolf.
Operation Wolf, and that was local to you?
That was local. That was my local sports centre had that. So
okay.
it was in 1991.
Right.
It was the earliest memory I can remember is 91.
That's incredible.
Probably a bit late for you, 91.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I remember it. I might have seen them in a shop or a chippy or whatever, but I didn't really pay any. I was quite young then. I think I was about 7 when I first played it. And then I went on holiday. I saw the Turtles arcade game. They had Street Fighter as well at the swimming place. So I used to play Operation Wolf, and then upstairs there was a Street Fighter. I can't remember what the other ones were.
Well, my first experiences go back quite a long way, but they were arcades back in the late 70s were mainly electrical, mechanical.
Yeah.
Very odd things. I remember Night Driver, but I didn't show a lot of interest in that. Guys, if you don't know what Night is, a very primitive driving game where the car that you control was just a plastic stick.
All right.
With like a roll of film behind it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the kind of stuff that we had.
But getting back there would have been amazing.
But it didn't. No, it wasn't.
No.
It was Space Invaders that was amazing. Yeah, when Space Invaders came out, it came out the local swimming baths, and honest to God, there was a queue round the block to play it.
I bet.
And that's how significant a game it was back then. And that was, I try and explain that to my son, and he just like,
what?
I don't get it.
I know.
Well, I said it was like you queuing up outside a game for Grand Theft Auto, that kind of buzz maybe, but nothing ever came before it.
No, that's right. That's the first real buzz.
Yeah. What about consoles then? What's your first console experience?
The first console was the Amstrad GX4000.
The Amstrad, right? Okay, so that's why you've got that.
Then. Yeah. And then obviously, within a few months of getting it, I got the action set for my birthday.
The action set.
And that's when I really got into it. I can still remember. Me and my dad was setting it up.
Yeah.
And then turning it on, and then seeing the Duck Hunt Mario come on the screen. And then
you
press start, and then I'm moving this thing, and there's a brown thing coming, and
And so did you have that before the Specky then?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I got that off a friend at school. Yeah. But I remember playing Mario, and I just thought this was this was something else.
Nuts. Oh, what a game to start.
I know,
playing.
Mario Duck
First
Hunt.
game to play.
And then I remember in the town where I lived, there's like an indoor market, and there was like the people renting games. There's like a stall.
Yeah.
And the other game was Batman. We rented that was the first ever game I played. Other than that original Mario Duck Hunt, that was the only other game I tried.
Yeah.
I love the sound and the graphic. It was brilliant. I was hooked from then on. I thought it was great.
So did you get one then? Is that one of your birthday, Christmas presents back
then?
The
NES was was a birthday present. I think that must have been 91. I think I got that, and then you've got a few games for Christmas and stuff like that, and a lot of the games that I've got shown on the shelves are already ones that I had.
And have you been collecting games from that point, or because I know you had other hobbies as well? You into classic cars,
and
stuff
cars
like that.
And music.
So did you always collect through the classic car hobby era, or was it something No,
it's when you say collecting, obviously once I've grown up and got a job. And, so I kind of started, would have been 2005. I actually started actively buying stuff again. I had like the PlayStation 2 when that all came out, and then I had a period when I was out in my car and pissing around and not really playing games much. And then when I moved into my flat at my parents' house, that's when I saw I wanted to play like Gremlins on Nintendo again, and I thought, oh my god, on eBay and have a look.
Yeah, eBay really done it.
Yeah, I remember I got my laptop and I got the internet, and I was off. I never had a computer before that. I mean, never had a computer at home.
Neither did I.
So I kind of thought, I'd love to play Gremlins. I'd play Mario again. Let's have this thought. Yeah. This was 2005, and then I started. That's how it all started.
Yeah.
So I started 2005. Built up a nice little collection. I started getting again. If I'd known about YouTube then, I probably would have done it, but I didn't know anything.
You'd have had a million viewers, and you'd be a multi-millionaire.
I would get
you're sitting in your gold throne now, aren't you?
But I remember collecting then, and I sold it all off for my daughter in 2010. So I had it 5 years, sold it all off, and then I've had a few cars, I had some Capris and Escorts and stuff like that. I messed around with cars, and then again I started this again 2013. It would have been end of 2011,
Right.
January 2012
Yeah.
is when I started again.
And it's really hit off, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
this is. And do you see it going? Are you happy with your collection now? I mean, I know you talk about having an extension done, so
Yeah.
there's plans for that.
Yeah.
Is there plans more for the collection? Do you see yourself maybe getting some more arcade machines, or are you quite happy with just
I'm happy-
cherry picking games off
Yeah.
eBay now?
Like you say, I started off before YouTube was primarily Nintendo. It was I
Yeah.
wanted to get back what I enjoy playing,
Yeah.
like the Nintendo stuff, the odd Sega game, and then like I say, you watch stuff on YouTube, you start learning about other things you never
Yeah.
knew about. You think, oh, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
And it's easy to kind of like you
Carried
get
away,
carried away,
yeah.
and before you know it, you've got fucking Commodore, you've got this coming out, and you think, hang on a minute, and then you kind of think, hang on a minute, what's happened here? I've kind of
Yeah.
lost my way a little bit,
Yeah.
so binned it all off,
Yeah.
and then got right back to where I wanted to be,
Yeah.
and I've kind of like honed it down. Again, I've bought games that I haven't liked, thinking
Yeah.
I would, and then I've sold it off, and now I feel I've kind of like honed it right in
Yeah.
to what I want.
Yeah.
Happy with what I've got now. I've slowed. I mean, this are the
Slowed
videos.
down.
I mean, I was doing pickups every week,
Yeah.
and now it's like a month every couple of
Yeah.
weeks. Not
Yeah.
because I'm bored, because I think I've kind of got most of what I want.
What you want? Yeah.
I've got like a list on my phone, so I've got
Yeah.
like a few games for NES to get, a few for the SNES to get, a few for the Mega Drive.
Well, I
so-
think what slowed it down for me is money.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got- yeah,
I think,
yeah.
you know, I would carry on buying games, but it's just the retro scene is just everyone knows
Oh,
how much it's gone through the roof. It's just ridiculous, and you've got to be so careful
Yeah.
with fake
Fake
games
games.
as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an absolute minefield out
is.
there. You know, I mean, it's a bit. I mean, you could say that about car boots. You don't know what you're picking up. It's
No.
untested, might not work. But if someone's pulling a load of old games out of his loft, you know, you're pretty damn well they're all going to
Yeah.
be original, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you do the car boot scene? Was that something you did quite a lot?
I did car booting 2005. When I first got the bug back and I got that NES and a few games come for the door on eBay, I thought, oh, there's got to be car boots.
Yeah.
And I was going to a car boot every every other Sunday.
Yeah.
I used to jump in Capri about 5 in the
Because
morning.
Essex is full of them, aren't there?
I knew you
Yeah.
were going to them, but I went
did
to
you?
one up around this way. I used to
Yeah.
drive up there. I get there for like 6 in the morning, waiting
Yeah.
for the gate to open. A bit like
Yeah.
other people do now.
Yeah, yeah.
Bang, get in
Yeah.
there, get out, run round. I used to come back with like, I remember
Bags
getting,
of it.
yeah.
Glory days.
And then
Yeah.
carry it to the car,
Yeah.
go back and get more.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know.
and by 7 o'clock, I had
Yeah.
a Capri boot full of N64 for a £5 with
Yeah.
games,
I know.
Mega Drive, Nintendo stuff,
Mm.
and I used to go home, clean it all up, play it all, make sure it worked, keep what I wanted. So if there's a few games I wanted, I'd keep them for myself. eBay the rest, that then
Yeah.
funded. A bit like, you know, like tooting other people would do
Yeah.
now. I was doing that like 2005, and I kind of, I think like, again 2002, it kind of slowed down. There's a lot more people going there then. I kind of felt I was like the only person doing it
Yeah,
because I was kind of hoovering it up. And
yeah,
I noticed as years went on, I thought I'm seeing other people carrying
yeah.
box master
Yeah.
system, thinking, hang on a minute. And I think I've got to get here earlier and
Yeah.
earlier, and then I say I've got my family and all that, and I
Yeah.
kind of give it up. I'll give it up for a
yeah.
bit. Got my daughter sorted out, and then now, like I say, I think I've been to like 2 car boots in the last like 5
Yeah.
years because
You're not
there's
missing
nothing
much.
there.
You're not missing
No.
much.
So I can't give up that now. And now I just kind of, I want to be selective. I want to get stuff in like real nice nick, and I've kind of convinced myself that I'm not going to find a mint condition
No.
game at a car boot. It might happen
Is
occasionally.
there still a Grail game that you're after? What is the Grail game that you'd love to have in the collection that would kind of finish it off for you? Have you
Do you know what?
already got
Yeah,
that?
I reckon I have. I reckon there was
What
a
was your
few.
Grail
There was
game then?
there was a few Grails. I really wanted. Obviously, a few of the Game & Watches.
Yeah,
I wanted that original the Mario Brothers one, then the blue box. I really wanted that, and then I really wanted Tropical Fish.
yeah,
And I was hunting for that for ages, and then that came out, and that felt like, oh my god, I've got it now.
yeah,
I mean, that's another thing I say about Grails. You can kind of set a Grail, I think,
yeah,
and you work towards it, and when you've got it,
yeah.
then you're looking for the next thing.
Next thing.
Do you
It
see what
goes
I'm
on
saying?
and on and on.
There is. I think there is an element of it. How far does it go?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
And I
that's
think
when-
I'm pretty much got most of what I want. Although there's still going to be the odd thing. Oh, that's in better nick or
Yeah.
whatever.
I was like that with the arcades. So at
Yeah.
one point, I wanted. Well, I actually have pretty much owned every single Nintendo arcade game released
Yeah.
via PCB or kit
Yeah.
of some form, except for one or two really extremely rare ones like Monkey Magic. But there was a point where I wanted every single one, and then got to a point where I realised I just couldn't have that, and it was silly. What a stupid goal. Only because of money and space, really.
Yeah.
So I have kind of backed off a bit now, and I'm quite happy with just sitting and playing games instead of trying to go for that growl all the time. Because there's so many out there.
There's so many. I mean, there was like time I really wanted like a Mario Kart. I was looking for that, and then that you could say was a grail game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, when you're saying about like things that I never thought I'd ever own.
Yeah.
I never thought in a million years I'd have Operation Wolf Arcade Machine.
Yeah.
I mean, I did a video. I think it was a video response, and about like your most outrageous stuff. If you could have anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought,
now you got it.
Yeah, and I never thought in a million years I'd even play another one because I haven't seen one since then.
Yeah.
And I thought, Joe, what if I could find Operation Wolf?
Yeah.
And I got the idea in my head, and then I saw one on eBay, and I was actively bidding on it and lost it, and then I had that drive. I really wanted it. Yeah, and then again, you and Craig got me get that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that.
Now,
And like you say, I got that, and for me, that was like I never thought in a million years I'd ever have that.
Well, it's absolutely brilliant. Your collection, mate, is absolutely fantastic. I think most people would agree. Your YouTube channel, guys, if you haven't checked it out already, Retro Dave Nintendo. I'm tired. I've actually got a beer for you, as always. Let me just get my bag. I always give this to all the people that I come round to.
What's this?
It's just a London Pride.
London Pride.
You've got to have a London Pride, guys. There you go, Dave.
Thanks
for being on the
nice one. Cheers,
on the
mate,
show.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
See you on the next one.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Well, what did you think of that? I mean, you could see I was in my element in there. Probably one of the best collections I've ever seen, for me, anyway. For me, everyone's got their own favourites, haven't they? I mean, for me, just walking in there, you can tell I was just totally blown away. And I just liked the way it was all presented. You know, all the covers, as he said, you know, he didn't like having all the games on their spine. He had all these favourite games facing with all the artwork on display. And I really like that. I really appreciate his attention to detail in his games room. And it was a real pleasure. It was a really cosy place to be in. And, you know, it was very inviting, so you wanted to sit down and you wanted to play games and you wanted to pick them up and you wanted to look at the artwork. And, I don't know, it's just cool. I really did like it. And, you know, with Dave, he hasn't got, like, thousands of games like some collectors, rows upon rows of games, which some collectors think's quite impressive. I don't, you know. I think every collection is different. It's very individual. And Dave's is very much like that, you know, and it shows his character in what he's collecting, the games that I always judge it like, you know, you look through someone's record collection, you can always judge a person by the records that they like. So it's always the same with game collections as well. You know, he's heavily into his platformers. I could see that. He loves his Mario. He obviously loves his Nintendo. But, you know, he's got great taste in games, and, you know, and he plays them. You know, he's got a game from the past he had when he was a kid, you know, and he wants it mint now, and he wants to delve into it every now and again, and he'll run all the way through the game and complete it, and I really appreciate that. And you know what, guys? It's not about how many games you've got, it's about really having fun with the games that you do have, you know. And I think that's the most important thing, and I think that's what really hit me with Dave and his collection. So yeah, I was really enjoying myself in there. You couldn't get me away. If I wasn't feeling so bad, because I'm still recovering from my operation, I would have stayed a lot longer, but I had to get going. But Dave, mate, I had a fantastic time, and you know, I consider you one of my best friends. I really did enjoy myself. I had a fantastic time. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the game room tour. Obviously, I'm going to try and fit another one in before Christmas, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. See you on the next one.